thought I would start out with my Prairie Schooler Santas. These are a set of Santas that I made into a tag. I do have a video on my YouTube channel. I will link it here and also link it below if you're interested in seeing that video. I don't remember what years these are because I did not put that in the patterns, but they are from Prairie Schooler. You can look them up. That's one. I'm going to move across. I'm trying not to shake too much while I'm shooting this. This is the second one. And my third one. And I'm going to move up and show you Santa and the elves. So we're going to go back first. And I want to show the big doll. I don't want to call it a doll, figurine. That is Santa on his off time. He's a fisherman. So just so you can see, I'll show you. He's got like a little face here. You can see it's Santa, and he loves to fish on his off time. So he's there all year. I never take him down. The first one, Santa, there is Needle Nick. He is by Lizzie Kate. All Lizzie Kate patterns are available exclusively through 123 Stitch. You may find older ones in other shops, but they're the releaser and the distributor of Lizzie Kate now. The elves are all Fancy That is the company that puts them out. Beth, Fancy That. They are out of print. Fancy That was talking about re-releasing the elves earlier this year, but we haven't heard anything since. I did send her an email. I have not heard back. But this is the bakery elf. You saw that when I finished it, my last video. This one here is the candy elf. And then again, you saw the postmaster elf when I did my last video. I apologize if the video quality isn't that great. It is so rainy and overcast here. I have all the lights on in the house to try to shoot this for you. And I'm hoping it comes out halfway decent, so we'll see. So I'm going to move over to the tree. Before I do, I'm just going to pan down for just a second and show you two tiles that I have made years ago. This one is Jesus, John 3:16. It is on a ceramic floor tile. And I used my silhouette machine to use vinyl. I cut out the vinyl and put it on there. So that's the first one. And then the second one is here. And are you part of the in crowd or one of the stable few? So those two are ceramic tiles that I made many years ago. I want to share those. I'm going to go up on the tree. I will try my best to remember who the designer is. If you see something that you want to know and I don't mention it, please give me a message below and I will look it up for you. The first thing I want to show you at the top of my tree is this snowman sled. This is by Foxwood Crossings. They put out several patterns for sleds. The next one, I'm going to try to rotate around here as slowly as I can. This here is a mitten from Cross Eye Cricket, or the Cricket Collection sometimes they're called, and I made it into an actual mitten. This one here was in a Just Cross Stitch magazine. It is called Ode, I think it's called Ode to the Buffalo, and I can't remember exactly whose design that is. These adorable, let me find it here. There he is, that adorable gingerbread man, and there's several of these and I'll show them all, are by Patterns by Maria on Etsy. I believe that's correct. And my friend Kim in Florida made these for me. I absolutely adore them. I had to buy the patterns myself so I could make some for friends and family. Haven't got around to that yet. This is the other gingerbread one. Let's see if I go up. There she is. I'm trying to figure out the angle of my camera because I got it upside down so you can hear me better. That is the other one she did, and they are two-sided. So if I reach up and I turn it, you can see it's got two sides to it and you stitch it together. Is that not the cutest? Okay, next up is there's a 3-part ornament series from Hands On Design called the Christmas 3. This is one of those. If I have to stop at any time, I apologize. My arm gets tired and I'll keep going, so it might be a cut video. This one here is Cross-Eyed Cricket. It is a series of 3 or 4 booklets. This is what it was called On the First Day, and it's Partridge in a Pear Tree. Down here I have Brooks Books Publishing. If you go to her blog or website, she gives out the 25 Days of Christmas and little animals, and they are free. So if you have not picked those up, you make sure you go over and get them, because they are the cutest little animals for the 25 days. This one is number 2, and I think he was called Peter the Polar Bear. Going around the tree here, we have, let's see, that is a star that I made. It is made from quilt and cotton. There are YouTube videos to show you how to fold the cotton to make it into a star. There's 2 of those on the tree. This is a wool applique that I did. There's a set of 4 of them, and they have little beads and stuff. I found that in an old magazine, an old quilting magazine. Again, this is another one of the ones that Kim did me, little reindeer. Going around a little further, this is a Shannon Christine's design. Last year she gave out on her Facebook group, I believe, these freebie patterns. You can join her group and go back in December of last year and probably find those still. This is a little sled. Again, I believe that's a Lizzie Kate pattern. That was my exchange gift at our monthly cross-stitch group. That's what I got on my exchange. Trying not to miss anything here. This one here is a Prairie Schooler as well. I think I got that out of an old Just Cross Stitch magazine. Here we have another one of the wool appliques. This one's a star. They all have little beads on them and stitching. This here is Joy. That's another one of the Oh Christmas 3 patterns. That's the second one. This is another one of those fabric stars. They're lots of fun to make, and they're quite easy to make. You don't need anything but strips of fabric. You can also make them out of paper. Look them up on YouTube, maybe folded stars, and see what pops up there. This one here is the Cardinals. That is a Just Nan. That was part of a kit, and it was in a tin set that was a kit. I don't think you can get that separately. I think it's straight in there. I'm looking to see what else is here. I have a little, I'm going to reach around here, a little pillow here called, let's see if I can get it lit up here. There we go. Winter is for the Birds. That came out of a Just Cross Stitch magazine, one of their winter or Christmas issues. I have another little, these are just little cardinals that I have hanging here. I have another, sorry about my hand, peeps. I have another wool applique one. That is the heart. This you've already seen. That is the Santa. If you haven't watched my last video, that is one of the Santas out of a Merry Mini Surprise Prairie Schooler. I changed his coat to green. Let me see what else is here. Another one of the Cricket collections. This one, it might be out of book 2, which would be 4 Calling Birds. It's like each book had like 3 ornaments or 4 ornaments in them. This one down here is a Britter, I'm sorry about the light, guys, a Britter Cup Designs. And again, I'm sure I got that out of a Just Cross Stitch magazine. I'm gonna move up for just a minute. This is the 3rd one in the series from the a Christmas tree from Hands On Design. This one I put, and I'm going to go sideways, I put in a half of a plastic globe, you know, the plastic ornaments. And I just used half of it and it's in there. Somebody's interested in seeing videos on that, let me know and I'll show you how to do that. Another one of Brooks Books Publishing's, that is Katie Kitty #1. This one here, I'm going to spin this around because it got knocked around. The cats are quite busy all the time. This is a folded heart pillow. If you go to Shabby Fabrics, you should be able to, let me see if I light that up. No, you should be able to find that and they'll show you how to make those. This one here, Noel. It is also from a Just Cross Stitch magazine. This bear is from the pattern Santa of the Forest by Lavender and Lace. I started stitching Santa in the Forest, I'll show that in just a minute. And I did the bear's face and then I wasn't thrilled with the fabric, I think, so I ended up changing it and I made that one into an ornament. Another of the Cricket Collections, 12 Days of Christmas. This one here is also a Prairie Schooler. I got it out of an old Just Cross Stitch magazine. This one here is another Shannon Christine that she had her freebies of. Another one of my wool applique little ornaments. This one here is also out of Just Cross Stitch, and it is a Little House Needleworks. And this one here is one of my favorites. Okay, I got cut off there, so I'm gonna add two more that I see that I missed. This is Brooks Books Merry Mouse #3. That is the Brooks Books one. And then this one, which I had towards the back of the tree, this is also the Cricket Collections 12 Days of Christmas. So that's those two. Then we have the pictures that are hanging on this side. And this one is called Ornamental Joy. I believe that is a Country Cottage Needleworks design. The second one is called 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. This is out of the Merry Christmas book by Cross My Heart. This little deer is called the Crystal Forest. I don't remember the name of the designer. I'll post it. That was an ornament and I put it in a frame. And then we have Christmas Garden. That is Blackbird Designs. And the one below it, also Blackbird Designs, is called 'Tis the Season. So I'm going to go on to the next section. This here is going to be one of two, well actually one of three stockings that I made. This is the first one. This was called something Lighthouse. It's from Stony Creek. It was a separate leaflet, and they also had it in one of the Stony Creek magazines. So that's that one. And then the other one is a Dimensions kit, and I can't remember the name of that one either, but I know it was a Dimensions kit. That's for my husband Randy. And then this is my mantle with my fireplace, my fakey fireplace, electric fireplace. And then there's some things on here that are interesting. This Santa that's sitting in the sleigh, he is a very old ornament. So I have him sitting in a sleigh there. You see my little sparkly Christmas tree. That's one of those battery operated things, but the water's getting a little low on it and I don't think I can add new water. This big ornament here is actually a Dollar Tree DIY. I did not make it. Someone else made it and gave it to me, one of my neighbors. But it's made out of plastic bowls put together, and then they put ribbon and all sorts of goodies on top of it. And I've seen it done multiple times. You can probably look it up on YouTube under Dollar Tree plastic bowl something or other. I don't know. You can look it up on YouTube. This here I got at our Peddler's Mall, and it is a candle holder, although I don't have a candle in his head. But what I love about him is he's ceramic and he's like all the way around. So each side is the same Santa all the way around, and it's just adorable. I love it. And then I got this little Santa ornament at another Peddler's Mall. So I'm going to take you over to my hutch, and I'm going to show you what's on the hutch. Hold on. Okay, so this is my hutch full of goodies. And that big thing at the top that says Merry Christmas, that is also in the book Merry Christmas by Cross My Heart. It's supposed to be a little banner, and it did hang as a banner across my windows for the longest time, but then I ended up finding this board over at YouTube, over at Hobby Lobby, and I ended up putting it on this frame, and I put it up there now, and I like it a lot better because it doesn't get damaged or anything. It's very old. I made it in the 90s. If I get closer, I have a couple of nativity sets. This one here is one of the ones I bought from a vendor that belonged to Sandra, who was the owner of the Finishing Touch in Kentucky here. She had a cross-stitch store and she passed away, and her family closed the cross-stitch store and sold all her stuff. So that was part of hers right there. I was so glad to be able to find that and get it. And also she made this Santa right here. The other nativity that's on my hutch is the one I made. This is from Little House Needleworks. It was in an old Leisure Arts magazine. And I've talked to Diane about this, Diane Williams, and she said that it is licensed to Leisure Arts and she cannot redo it. So it's a very old Leisure Arts magazine. I did give the pattern away to somebody. I think I had a giveaway at some point. Here is another of my tag Santas, and you can see his little bell sitting down at his feet because some bad pussycat decided to rip the bell off of him. Down here I have hands-on designs. That was a Christmas stitch one year in a 3-part series, and I can't remember the name of it. I'm sure some of you know the name of it. I just recently stuck this big old bow on it because I made the bow and had nowhere else to put it, so I stuck it on there. I have, oops, I'm blocking the camera again. I have lots of pillow in my pillows display, so I'll try to go through those real quick. This was from a Just Cross Stitch magazine Christmas issue. It is by, I believe that is a Prairie schooler. I'm not positive. This one here is Little House Needleworks. That was part of a series they did several years ago. Can't remember the name of that one, but I only did this one from the series. I'm going to spin around for just a second because you can see somebody is wanting. Unfortunately, my phone's giving me a hard time, but I wanted to show you. This is little Paisley. Paisley, say hi to everyone. Oh, you want to wander off? Paisley Pooh. Hi, honey. This is my precious sweetheart, Paisley. Look up. She's gonna be stubborn today, but that's my precious little kitty. Anyway, back over this way. This is a Shannon Christine. 'Tis the Season was part of a December club that she had a couple years ago. I'm sure you might be able to get that on her website right now. This one here is poinsettia. This is also from a Just Cross Stitch magazine several years ago. This one here is part of a set. I've only done this one, but I really want to get this complete set done. I have not been working on it. This is also from a Just Cross Stitch Christmas issue, the ornament issues, and every year she put out one. There's about 4 or 5 of these that go through the entire song, and she put out one each year. And I think it's Scattered Seeds designs, but I wouldn't swear to it. If you want to know, I can look it up for you. Just let me know in the comments below. This one's called A Star, A Star. Another one that I made from Just Cross Stitch magazine in their Christmas issue. And these are all just so cute. I've got them all pillowed, backed, and stuff. This one here is, you can see it's got like a glittery theme to it. These are by Little Stitcher Girl, and these are in her Etsy shop. And there's the fox and the squirrel and the deer, and those are the only 3 that I've done so far. I showed this in my other video as a new finish. There's Winterwood's Prairie Schooler Santa. They always have that this homespun, which matches the color of his jackets perfectly. If you're stitching them, look for homespun. I got it at Joann's, and look for the one that matches those colors. It's just fabulous. And then my Let It Snow one. So let's go over, and these aren't made. The other ones I showed you are just store-bought. Let's go over and look at my Santa display. Hold on. This is my Santa display. I mean, I'll back up just a little so you can see. It goes all along my wall here. It's on one of those cube bookcases. And I'll show up real quick. This is my Patriotic wall. There is, well, let's go through them, right? Because you're gonna ask me, so let's just do it. That one is America the Beautiful. That is a Blackbird Designs out of print. This is another Blackbird Designs. They did it in one color, and I decided to give it lots of color, and I can't remember the name of that. If you want to know, ask. Land That I Love is a Bent Creek, I believe. This one here, I cannot remember the birdhouse, which designer that is. Showed this on my last video. That is my early American series. And then these are a set of 3. There was 3 different patterns that were free. If you bought the floss with them, they were stuff that were, if you bought the 3 colors of floss, that you got the pattern for free. Land That I Love, Home of the Brave, Long May She Wave. Those are all Little House Needleworks. So let's talk about what's on my, oops, I'm covering the camera, hold on. What's on my display here. A lot of these are thrifted items, some of them are not. This snowman right here, this Patriotic snowman, he was thrifted at and most of them I think I got at the Peddler's Mall here in town. This glass one also from the Peddler's Mall. This snowman is from Hobby Lobby. I just thought he was different. He wasn't colored like a snowman, which I thought was pretty cute. This one I showed you the last time. that was one of my finishes. This little snowman right here rocks, and he was from Hobby Lobby. I have just a little tea light candle Santa back there. This Santa plate was something that my mother had at the house, and when I went down there I found it, and of course I love Santa, so I brought that back with me. I have a bowl here that has snowballs in it. They're real glittery. Oh, you can see it there. They're real glittery and stuff. I got those from Hobby Lobby and just have a big bowl. I have this display of Christmas trees in the back here. This was actually an unfinished wood piece from Walmart several years ago, and I used scrapbook paper. I painted it, and then I used scrapbook paper and cut out the fat. You know, I traced it and cut it out and put it all on the trees. The crystal clear deer are from the Dollar Tree this year, so those were part of the Dollar Tree this year. I got this little Santa here. Little snowman here. He was from the Peddler's Mall. This piece here with the sled with all the snowmen on it, that was the Peddler's Mall. So every time I saw stuff at the Peddler's Mall that was a snowman, I just had to have it. This piece back here, it was the Peddler's Mall, including these little sticks, these little wool applique sticks. They're all on little, like, plant spikes. Those were all the Peddler's Mall. This Santa here is actually a tree topper that was sold at Walmart a couple years ago. And these two little birds, there's two of them here, the other one's on the other side. Those also came from the Peddler's Mall. And then I have another stand-up snowman here, and he is also decked out in red, white, and blue. And then I want to show you one other thing. Hold on. This is my Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow banner. And bell pull, I should have said, and that is from Stony Creek. That is a leaflet from Stony Creek. It took me a while to get this finished, but I absolutely love it. It is the most adorable, and I love putting it out every year. And then I have this Santa here, and again, that was a thrifted at the Peddler's Mall, and then I have a little moose there. So that's about all of my stuff. I'm going to move around real quick because I know some of you always want to know about Oscar. And he's at my feet. There he is. Oscar, sit. And there's my little Oscar. He is getting quite big. He's still a little rambunctious. He's looking up at me because he knows if he does my commands, he gets a little treat. So he's trying to be a good boy. You're a good boy. Yes, you are. So that's my little Oscar. And I think that's it. I think we're done. So I hope you enjoyed this video, seeing all the stitches. If you have a question about any of the items that you see, please leave me a message below, and I will be glad to look it up for you and tell you what pattern it is if there's something you're interested in doing. Again, I hope everybody has a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah. And if you don't celebrate the holidays, I just hope you have a blessed and happy New Year. Thank you. Talk to you later. Bye.